Thanks everybody for being here. We got Buddy Bolton, also known as Guy Fawkes today from the Occupy Caravan, and he's going to give us an update. And I appreciate his patience. And do you still have Keith, or did he have to go because I was dinking around?
No, we still have Keith. There's Keith. Keith waved to everybody.
So we're going through iPhone, Skype, live stream, broadcast, and for any other channels that are watching this, we appreciate it too. All right, you're on, buddy. Tell us what's going on with the Occupy Caravan.
Hey, gang. Great to be with you guys again. Um, Caravan's moving incredibly well. We had a huge piece of news this week. Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine is going to be performing April 2nd at 11 a.m. at LA City Hall. We've got a few other celebrities
From Rage Against
lined
the
up
Machine
right
is
now.
going to be performing
Oh, I gotta
April 2nd
shut off my live stream so we don't hear double the sound happening. Sorry about that. Tom Morello is going to be at 11 a.m. April 2nd at LA City Hall. He's going to be performing a little to send us off. We were ratified today by Hartford, and we've been just getting ratified and supported across the country. And so we're really getting some momentum now. We sent posters out. We've got a press release went out yesterday to over 450 media, so maybe one or two of the mainstream media will pick us up. But it's a we're 3 weeks away, so we're getting nervous and excited, and um, both in great numbers.
So when is the actual departure date? It's from
Departure,
LA, correct?
yes, for those of you who don't know about the Occupy Caravan, what it is it's a national mobile protest where we start in LA April 2nd, and we circle City Hall there, and then we travel city to city, traveling east, circling city halls in over a dozen cities, and then coming to Occupy Wall Street and Liberty Square to protest for a full day on April 9th with all the vehicles that we've accumulated across the country. And then we're going to be bringing people the next morning to occupy D.C., the now occupation of D.C. We're also going to be giving free rides from the East Coast, from the West Coast all the way east. So we're coordinating that now. We're hoping to get some buses on board soon, within the next week, to facilitate more free rides. And so the pieces are coming together, from just the first, 3 months ago in Global Revolution, when it was just a thought. It was just a idea that came from us on live stream. And so it's a pretty cool moment right now.
Well, that's exciting. And Sapphire wants to know if you guys have contacted Tom Hartman and Amy Goodman on Democracy Now! To let them know that the project's in the works.
We've sent Democracy Now! Stuff, but if anyone watching wants to help us, this is one of those, at a time when so many of our camps are closing, maintaining high visibility and positiveness is a real crucial challenge for us. And we can't do it alone. We're the Occupy Caravan isn't a massive group of people. We need your help. So if anyone there wants to reach out to people in the media, you can pull our press releases from our website. We have the Tom Morello press release up on our website and on Facebook, and you can send them out. And I beseech you guys to help us and to do that. Also, if you know any millionaires who want to buy some buses for us to go from West Coast to East Coast, that would be amazing. We're really trying to create a national action for Occupy that's positive, that's highly visible, and that garners a lot of media attention. By design, by a bunch of vehicles circling city halls across the country, it's designed to bring a lot of attention to us and to be positive and to be unifying. When Occupy has had difficulty doing some of these larger unifying things, so we would love your help and involvement.
That'll be great. So all of us can help contribute by publicizing by any vehicle that we have available, which means, all of you guys who are Facebooks and tweeters, you need to be popping that stuff out there really, frequently and just build up some buzz. Is there going to be a kickoff event from LA before you get on the road?
Yes, that's going to be the Tom Morello event at 11. We're going to
Uh-huh.
be probably starting to circle around 8 in the morning. So it's going to be 4 hours of festivities there. So there's going to be more celebrities. We have a great person that we're working with in LA, Lisa Clapier, who, if those of you who know Occupy LA know Lisa, and she's just awesome, and she's been really crucial to how far we've gotten. And so she has some more celebrities lined up. I can't confirm anybody on air right now until I get the exact information from everyone. Like you knew before anyone else did, Mark, about Tom Morello,
Yeah.
but I can't release any more names right now until we're confirmed. You know, trying to maintain as much professionalism as possible.
Yeah, we totally understand that, and so you can come give us updates as frequently as you want because I'll write the settings down tonight before we leave, so we won't have this cluster screw
Well,
up
this is
again. Yeah, who's
this is
Keith?
Keith.
Introduce us there.
That's Keith. Let me see if I can get a non-reflective angle. Okay, there you go. That's Keith with the beard there. Keith is the logistics really head of us out of LA, and he's just been a longtime friend and just really super savvy guy and from television production and everything. So he is going to help us ensure our logistical success.
And I
And
just
say
want to
hi,
tell you
Keith.
guys how smart Keith is. You see, he's live on his cell phone, so he's got his act together where I was fumbling around. So you know he's the logistics guy. He's on it in a big way. So that's awesome. Tell us a little bit about,
So
you and I have talked somebody, and Keith may want to chime in on this too, about you're going to have your self-contained media truck and hopefully the documentary crew and all those sorts of things. People are already asking us, well, how can we follow them along? So what's sort of the hopes and plans for that?
well, what we've had to do, and it's really because of Keith really made the rest of us realize that we couldn't depend on the Green Machine biodiesel vehicle for our main lead vehicle because if that breaks down, the whole caravan could have a lot of problems. So right now we're in the process of trying to acquire a multimedia RV, one of the RVs with a satellite on top of it. We get internet access even in places in the country where there's no internet access, and that'll allow us to lead with competence and to do things like live stream. So, one of the very first things we're going to be doing probably the night before the launch is starting the live stream. And, I'd like to work with you, Artister, on that and, facilitating that. And, maybe we can do it together and do it just through your channel or I'm not exactly sure how it's going to happen yet. But there's definitely going to be live streaming the whole way. So.
Well, we would all be glad to help, and I would love to work on it. And I can assure you that when we hang up tonight, I'm going to be sitting here figuring my end out a little bit better. And
Well, it worked
Plasma asked,
flawlessly.
go ahead.
Oh, it just worked flawlessly last time. So,
Yeah.
things happen.
Yeah. Plasma asked if they're going to be a live streamer with the caravan, and I think you said that was hopefully the intent. So you can
Yeah.
kind of keep a feed going all the time. And then, we can be screen capping it and all that. Zena asks, are you going to have your own, like, is there going to be a livestream.com Occupy Caravan channel? Is that the intent?
I think that's going to be probably what would happen. That might be the easiest thing to have a 20, or as much as a 24-hour channel that way going, where you
Right.
can see the inside of a vehicle or see the road or see behind us or move it around. With the larger vehicle, Keith, how many sits in like the 36 footer? How many does it sleep? Six?
It sleeps six. I mean, that's because it's going to house a lot of the equipment that's going to let us be able to reach out and keep everybody informed as we move, since through some of these smaller towns and, just to be able to carry some of the equipment, and plus it will also house a lot of our documentary stuff too. So it's a small 36, if you can call that a small vehicle.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, yeah. It's going to be a small vehicle which will sleep six and be a 36-foot long RV cram packed with media equipment, which is which is the one I want to ride in. It's like a rolling media center of your very own. It's just completely awesome. I love that.
And it's going to be a really cool trip. I mean, this isn't like a leisurely trip where every night we stop at an RV camp and hang out and everyone party. It's not like that. That's going to be the summer trip where that's going to be a longer, more immersive trip. But this trip is literally a haul ass across the country. It's 9 days. So we're going to be circling City Hall. That absolutely, it's a mad, 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 mad world.
Yep.
So it's going to be great. And we just can't ask for enough support from you guys. Anything. If you have extra MREs in your bunker and you want to send us MREs, you can send us the MREs. We're going to have to feed, and right now we haven't taken any donations, but we just, a couple of days ago, just because of the nature of the larger scale of wanting to produce this started taking donations. Mm-hmm. And we didn't want to do that. We wanted to do it completely grassroots, but the reality is, in order to do this well and big, and offer the free rides and the free gas cards to caravanners, and to do it safely and effectively, we've submitted to the logic of accepting donations. Yeah. It's very last minute.
Is there a donation link on the website, or how do we
there is a donation link on the website. If you have any other thoughts or interesting ways, if you want to mail anything hard, you can mail it to Keith, and if you email us at the website, it'll be there at Keith's house when I arrive there on the 29th. I'm flying out on the 29th. So I have to fly out that late because I have an issue here on the 29th that I have to be here for. So I'm going to be flying out that night. So it's all coming together.
Well, that's exciting. The trick is going to be, like, if we can watch you guys on the road, and we know where your next, town's going to be, then we can, maybe even direct donations to be dropped at the town where you're getting in. It's like a whole, it's a logistical operation, right?
It really is. It's
one of our friends in Vancouver, British Columbia, asked if you knew if there were going to be a similar action in Canada. If you've heard of it.
I don't know about it. I've heard of some different smaller caravans, and I'm not familiar of any in Canada, but I think it's a really positive model to recreate, because, when the police block our streets off or block our encampments or put blocks around them and shut down our camps, they're trying to shut down our visibility. They're trying to shut down the media exposure, and they've been successful across the country. And it's because of those mayor's conferences. And so when we, as protesters, yell out, "Whose streets?" we want to be able to say and prove that there are streets and to take those streets. And there's a great power in legal protest on the street. Vehicles that have our slogan in mass can really create a big message. So that's what we're trying to do. And, with your support, we're going to take this thing to the next level. But we need, support. This whole thing hasn't been able to get this far without everyone's support and help. Everyone's doing a little piece of something from all over the country, from all over the world. You guys may not know, but artists are here got us a really cool poster that's going to be our wall posters. And our posters that we send out, and people can customize them per city, so they can put them up all over, telephone poles and write in when we're arriving at their city and stuff. So, a lot of different people are doing a lot of different things. So we would, not a lot of people, it's a small core of people really working hard, but we would sure like more help. We've got it this far. It's pretty amazing to be ratified across the country, to have passed the New York General Assembly, to be from everywhere from Interrock to embraced by now DC. It's a pretty amazing journey we've gotten to this point, and we don't want to fail. We don't want to have a small turnout. We don't want to have a weak turnout. We don't want to have a small protest. We would really like to get this to be a really big protest, and there's no national unifying protests like this. They have coordinated stuff where we have independent protests on certain issues, but hopefully, this event, and if it goes as well as we hope it will, there's going to be the longer, more immersive summer caravan where we have more lecturers and more music and spend more time in each community and do more outreach. So we're very optimistic at this point.
But I think when you do this first Gonzo trip across and just get everybody's attention, then that's just going to pave the way for the next one, which is going to be an awesome educational and informational, expedition. I mean, that's what it is, right? It's an expedition. It's going to be great. So are you watching? Are you able to see the chat, or or no? You're not watching the chat.
I can't. I pulled it up before, and it was causing some problems. So I said, you know what, I should just shut it off.
Wow,
So
you're being summoned, it sounds like. So the chatters have already come together because these people are problem solvers, and
I know that
they want you guys to figure out what gas company you're using so we can all send gas cards to you because everybody's worried about the price of gas. So the chatters want to send gas cards.
Well, we would love to get those gas cards. We have a lot of people saying they want to come. I could show you guys literally about 10 emails in the past week of people saying, hey, we want to come. I have extra seats in my vehicle. Can you guys help us offset any expenses for the trip? And, that's going to be a key factor is those gas cards to give to other caravanners to encourage them to come aboard. It's a lot to ask someone to spend a week of their life going on the road and spending a lot of money and not working and stuff like that. And if we can get more protesters by letting them know that they have gas cards and more riders on board because their vehicles have gas cards, it's all part to the piece of the big success that we want to have. So you can email me directly, and I'll give you Keith's address. Or Keith, do you want to give me your address now, and I could give it to them?
Sure. 2312.
2312.
Echo Park Avenue.
Echo Park Avenue.
Los Angeles. 900.
Los Angeles, California. 90026.
Okay, let me repeat that back. It's so we send them to Keith at 2312 Echo Park Avenue, Los Angeles, California 90026.
That's right, Keith?
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Hold on, let me see, so you guys can see Keith again. I can't hold up both at the same time.
And does it matter what brand of gas cards you get, except, we don't want to get Exxon or BP. We don't want to get BP.
Exactly. No Exxon or BP, but the problem is we are dealing with the devil. We have to use gas.
Right.
So there is going to be one, it's not like we can do a local farmer's gas,
Yeah.
So really, Keith, is there any preferences for gas cards, or what's the best idea, or?
Well, I mean, I think you guys nailed it. No Exxon, no BP. I think that, common sense, people have it already on what gas station or, what gas cards are going to be better. I mean, obviously, people want to donate those cards. Those aren't going to be turned away by any means.
Right.
It still helps our cause. It still helps us get there, but preferably, we would appreciate that, the ones that are in better standing.
And
the more frequent gas
they want to know if
excellent.
Keith wants to share his last name for the mailing address, or do we just say Keith, the cool guy that's organizing the caravan?
My last name is Evans, Keith Evans.
Evans.
Evans. Okay, Keith Evans.
So that's
going to be
NSA
looking for gas cards from the Other Possibilities Network chat room. So it's like a fundraising challenge, right? I feel like NPR.
Well, we had some big thoughts this past week, and with talking with Lisa, and we got a company to accept our what's the name of it? 501. What is it called, Keith?
501.
The donation.
501. Nonprofit.
That's their nonprofit number. It's a company called Leaders Causing Leaders. So now we were able to accept donations, and through them, and they promised. And Lisa has great relations with the head there, and he's also going to try and do some fundraising for us. And when we had a big brainstorm this week, everyone loves the idea. Everyone loves the unification of Occupy. Everyone loves the positivity of it. Everyone loves the high visibility of it. But there's virtually no ceiling on it. And that was a good observation that Kenneth made from Leaders Causing Leaders, where we get more funding, and he has some funding, some people who may be donors. He sent a big email blast out today hopefully we'll get some donations. But, if we had 5 buses, that would be amazing. We could just take people with us and plaster the outside, and more caravanners. And so, however it ends up, whatever the will of the universe is, we're going to make the best of it. And it's going to be a great journey. And we're very proud and honored to be doing it. It's, I slept at Zuccotti. I slept at Liberty Square. I know I've been homeless. I know the imperativeness of our mission. I know the imperativeness of our cause. Those who are watching who've never been homeless or hungry, you're blessed. And there's a lot of homeless and hungry families out there, homeless war vets who just served in Afghanistan and Iraq. Jamie Vasquez is a 2 Purple-Hearted soldier that I met. He was out there protesting for us. There's a lot of vets out there. And it's not just vets and homeless and hungry families and hungry kids. It's students with too unreasonable of a loan to try and, get out of after college. My gal has $180,000 debt from being a doctor, from going to, and it's unimaginable. $180,000. It's going to take her, 15 years to dig out of that. And that's not America. That's not our country. That's not how we want to lead the future. Personally, I've seen how exporting jobs has crushed our country, and it's made a lot of other countries very profitable. But we need to get awareness back to our issues. It's important, really, really important stuff. So, when any of you guys get down over Occupy, when you get down over the bureaucracy, when you get down over sometimes Occupy trying to be everything to all peoples, you can always come back to this one thing that'll galvanize your spirit and remind you why we do this. And it's for those people. I slept across from a gentleman who was a machinist out of New Jersey with his wife. I might have mentioned this on the last time I was on live stream. And their daughter and the wife had a very bad disability, could barely move and get up and down. It was just painful to watch her try and move. He was a machinist who did specialized engine parts, his job completely exported now. That part is not made in the country at all. He lost his job. They lost their home. They were living in their car. The police took their car, and then they were living in Zuccotti. And they stayed there, I know, for at least a week. And sometimes the government or Congress forgets about what this country's about, but the occupiers have. The occupiers fed the hungry, the homeless, the outcast, the dejected, the everything, clothed them, and we set a great example. The heart of Occupy is the example that Congress needs to follow. So I know a lot of us are getting discouraged and are getting upset and are getting wondering if Occupy can pull it together, or if the media is going to win by trying to divide us. But our cause is too important to give up. And, whatever actions you do, you can help from anywhere. You're only limited by your own creativity and tenacity. So, I beseech all of you guys to really delve inward and remind yourself what Occupy is really, really about. It's not about the one person who disrupts a GA. It's not about the horizontal leadership and the frustrations of that. It's not about occupying Wall Street in New York, blowing all their money, which they've done. I don't know if you just saw that news story, where they have very little money left. Occupy Wall Street in New York is going to run out of money within 3 weeks. That's the estimation right now. So it's not about those issues. It's about our cause being so important. So I encourage you all
for bringing that up, and just I think I want to share a little bit about our interaction the other day, because Buddy and I had an email conversation about those sorts of things, because I do get a little bit frustrated and I want things to move along, and then we all see the GA stuff, all that other stuff, and I was really questioning the effectiveness of everything, and can I be effective? Do I matter? Am I help? And is it worth my time and energy that I spend on it? And Buddy and I exchanged some emails, and then we had a phone conversation. He said much the same thing, and I was like really uplifted by that. So I appreciate you taking the time to respond and just talk it through with me, because it is important that we keep our chin up and we just look forward and beyond. We transcend all that nonsense. I mean, it's so important. And to act, we have to act. We need to not just talk about things. We need to do things, large and small, because it all
Actually,
matters. And it's what we'll do to change the world. So there's my editorial for tonight. They thought they were going to get through it without one.
no, but you know what? Every occupier is having these thoughts lately, and it's because we are going up against such a huge. I don't like to use the term enemy, but I'm lost for a better word right now. But our enemy is hunger. Our enemy is homelessness. Our enemy is economic depression. Our enemy is economic suppression. Our enemy is lobbyists controlled by big corporations so they can rewrite the laws so they pay zero taxes. The megacorps like GE and the big oil companies who also not only paid zero taxes but got $4 billion in subsidies last year. We have to be. I'm not just happy to do what I'm doing. I'm proud to, be continuing like the civil rights gene that's in my family. I'm proud. One of the most patriotic things you can do for your country, short of participating in combat, is to be part of a just civil rights cause. And this is unquestionably a just civil rights cause. And it's the civil rights cause of our time. Economic civil rights is the cause of our time. And, I've looked back at the old Selma marches and those marches where the brave, incredibly brave African American community and whites and other groups that supported them at the time, the real visionaries, marched against such odds and such hatred and such attempts by the FBI and every aspect of the government. So much of this stuff comes out later. And our conditions are not the same conditions. It's different. But a lot of the conditions are the same. When you're trying to do something good for society, you're going to have haters. You're going to have people that give you threats. And that's when you know you're doing a good job. And you're going to have adversity. And the government's going to, I'm sure I'm on like 5 NSA lists by now or FBI, but honestly, I don't care. I have nothing to hide.
They're all watching right now. They are. So I'm proud to welcome them under the tent,
Absolutely, because we're fighting for. They don't even know that they're pension managers. They don't understand about pension managers, most of them. But each state has different pension managers, and they don't know how much of their pension has been lost in the past 5 years because of Glass-Steagall. The separation between commercial and investment banking has been taken away years ago. And one of Occupy's big top requests is to reinstate Glass-Steagall. So a lot of these federal agents don't really realize that we're actually trying to help them. The police officers in Zuccotti, the white shirts, the people who are the worst to us, don't understand that we're really fighting for their grandkids or their kids that get out of school with that huge debt. So, we've got nothing to hide. We're not doing anything illegal. We're not promoting anything illegal. The best of Occupy knows that and knows that, by our cause is just, and that's our weapon. We don't need anything else except for nonviolent protest and tension, as Martin Luther King called it in his jailhouse letter. Without the tension part of the nonviolent protest, without doing anything illegal or immoral, just the tension, that tension can create that national media awareness. And we're hoping to, with our vehicles circling city halls, to create some tension.
Yeah.
So
I just had the idea we
should
make some caravan flags, caravan flags flapping in the wind. That would be kind of awesome. And some people asked a bit ago about the posters, and I haven't posted them online or anything, but I can, or you guys can. I'm perfectly fine if you guys want to post them on the website for download or however you want. What we did was, so you guys know, is I designed, did a digital design so they can distribute them to all the locals, and the people can print them, and then fill out the where and when themselves, because that seemed to be the most efficient. And there are two sizes. One is a flyer size, which is 8.5 by 11, and the other is a 18 by 24 poster size. So either you guys or I can make them available downloaded so people can pass them around. I'm perfectly fine with that.
And they're specifically best for the cities that we're hitting and
Right.
along the way, and even around, within 200 miles around, so people can see it and say, oh, I can go drive and meet the caravan at, Charlotte or, Charleston or Phoenix or, wherever.
Yep.
So
Somebody's asking about PR videos maybe in advance.
you know what? There's so many things to do that we just haven't had the time or the ability to do. We're not like 30 people. We're a small core of people, and there's that's one of the things we want to do. We just haven't had the time and the ability to do it just yet. So I'm kind of a little bit at a loss. Keith, do you have something to say on that?
I was just gonna say that's again what the celebrity is for. You can go ahead and talk about that.
Keith was bringing up a good point. Is we're getting some celebrity endorsements, and Keith's going to run out there with the camera crew and grab them footage of it, real brief, efficient footage of it, hopefully this week, and that can start adding to it. But right now, because we haven't done anything, it would be a very super generic one, and it wouldn't have as great impact as when we get Tom Morello saying, I support Occupy Caravan, when we get these other celebrities who I'd love to mention on tape.
Yeah.
As well too. So
I think you make a good impact. If you want to do a promo, I'll do it for you. We can do it, online and in a clean way, and we'll just start posting it up. Just a 30-second promo. Hi, I'm Buddy Bolton. This is the Occupy Caravan. We'll do a little slideshow with it.
See, you're proving what you just said a minute ago about actions and solutions. Boom, there's a solution right there. Thanks, gang. Thanks, everyone. That was a great idea.
Sapphire and Rev will be all over that, too. We have a couple of people that are students in mass media communications, and they've been making some of the videos that are on our channel, in our loop. They've been doing that, so we have resources.
Have you guys seen Zena's video? It looks great, and her voice sounds awesome on the front of it. Her text. That beginning is just great. She's just a great mind and a great warrior, a warrior princess for economic civil rights.
Yep. So, are there any other questions from the chatters? Let's see if somebody has something, because I know I'm keeping you a lot later than I planned to, which is totally my bad.
It's the end of the night now. I'm done after this. I'm gonna relax. So.
Well, good. I'm sorry I kept you for a half hour.
I appreciate it very much. We appreciate it very much.
Any other chatter questions? Are we going to let our man go and rest up and get ready for whatever tomorrow brings? So I think they're all giving their appreciation, and I think the girls seem to have a crush on you. So I notice everybody's got a crush on you, and nobody has one on me. Energy efficient vehicles, somebody asked about. I know you were going to try to use the diesel machine.
Yep. We have one biodiesel green machine. About 3 others have said that they are going to join us. We have Lisa Claypier hasn't confirmed yet, but she has a solar paneled RV as well too. And we would love to lead by example and have them all be bio vehicles, but that's just not reality.
Oh, Zena says she's kissing her screen. So that's the. Well, we're going to let you go. They want to know if you're going to be around for coffee in the morning.
I will indeed. I will make a grand entrance early tomorrow.
So when we do your promo, I want to make sure we get you doing a robot dance, because that to me is very important. Exactly. All right. So we're going to let you go. Thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it. I know we did it kind of fast. And it was a little fussy on the front end, but we'll get better as time goes along. Keith, thank you very much for joining us and hanging out with us. Look forward to working with you. And Sue, can you put the link to their website up again, please, before we sign off? The Occupy Caravan site. Everybody's saying thank you and hugs and kisses
Thanks,
and all
guys.
that.
One love. Love you guys. You're my family.
All right, buddy, take care, and we'll see if we can't get some gas cards coming to Keith's mailbox.
That'd be great. God bless you guys. Thank you so much.